Many of us find ourselves decluttering very often, but why? Why are we having to do this so frequently? That is something I have had to ask myself recently. And in today's video, we are going to be switching things up with our mindset so we don't have to do this over and over.
Guilt comes in when I worry about what if somebody needs this? What if I want to decorate or I want to go and organize someone's house?
So I have been on this very intentional decluttering journey for about 2 years. It has always been a part of my life, starting from when I was a very young girl. Always liked to declutter and organize and also deep clean. But decluttering and organizing, that was something that really sparked my interest. But as my family has grown and we've gotten busier and busier, we've moved houses, I find myself still having to declutter. And although that is normal, you're always going to have to stay on top of it. Why is there still so much stuff? That's the question that I continue to ask myself. And we do have a lot of people in this house, but why? Why are we still able to technically get rid of dumpster loads of items? Actually, I've rented a dumpster 2 times. And although this decluttering did take me about 6 days, there were no dumpsters rented this go around. Just lots of giving away, lots of donating, and honestly, lots of throwing away too. So in today's video, we are getting rid of it all and simplifying this space, coming in with a different mindset so we don't have to continue to be stuck with 6 days of decluttering. So, once again, I'm gonna start loading my car up. When I start decluttering, I always start with the trash, and I recommend you all do the same. There isn't a lot of thought that has to go into that. You know what the trash is and put it in a bag. It will also clear up any debris so you can kind of get further and further into this decluttering. Sometimes, now not all the time, but sometimes decluttering can be very emotional for some. So if you can go ahead and get the trash out of the way, that will help you have a clarity when those moments come up. This is my shelf right here. I put everything that I feel like I need to get to without any help. So this definitely becomes a catch-all and it gets really cluttered very quickly. Now I tend to hold on to decor more than anything else. And I think it's mainly because I do like to change things up and I don't want to have to go out and buy new things. Or I just don't want even the idea of going out and purchasing more things to come up when I can just go right here and grab some things. Like I said, I like to change things up. I've always been this way. So when you can come out here and kind of shop your home first, that helps. But when it gets like this and there's just an overabundance of stuff, that isn't going to help anyone. So today I was completely ruthless with getting rid of a ton of decor, crafts, and other items on my shelf. This year, I didn't put out the majority of my fall decor, and we didn't decorate for Halloween at all. And so I put the bin over here thinking I was going to continue to decorate more and more, and I just never felt the urge to do so. So I kept a mental note that I wanted to go through all of the fall stuff, even the stuff in the attic I brought down, and I was able to go through everything and minimize my fall decor greatly. I realized I just don't need that much. I love to decorate. It is one of my favorite things to do of all time, and it is a goal or maybe even just a dream of mine to be able to have a really nice decor page on Instagram. I always strive for that, but I always catch myself not being able to keep up because I just am not going to spend money like that. Now, not all of them do. I'm not saying that they do, but a lot of them do. And if you want to keep up and you want to keep, going with the trends, if you will, and you want to stay relative or whatever the word is, then it does feel like you have to keep going and buying and buying and buying. And that was something I was getting really stressed out about. So I just stopped. I completely stopped posting any decor content on there. And I do plan on getting back to it, but with a totally different mindset. One of the greatest things that I have ever had to do is unfollow. And it has helped me so, so much. And I want to encourage you all to do the same. If you're following accounts that make you feel like you have to keep spending money, or your house isn't nice enough, your car, your family, you aren't productive enough, there are accounts that can give you a healthy dose of self-awareness. That's totally fine. But if you're leaving accounts feeling not good enough and like you need to keep putting out more and more money to be just as good, you really should consider unfollowing. And if you don't want them to know you unfollowed, well, first off, they don't get notified. But if you feel too nervous about it, there is a little mute button on there that you can just mute all of the stories and all of the posts, and you won't be bombarded with a whole bunch of people on the internet trying to sell you stuff. Now, with that, I'm going to piggyback off of that previous comment or commentary. I do work with brands, and I've mentioned that to you all. I will share brands that I genuinely like or think will benefit. And so I am in a place right now where I have been doing more than I have ever done, more sponsored content. And I don't always want to do that, but sometimes you have to. And that's okay. YouTube is a roller coaster. It is up and it is down, and sometimes it's just in the between. And without getting too deep into things, I appreciate and am thankful for the opportunity to have other ways of providing for my family. And so when I share things, I will genuinely be honest. And one of the things that I have been doing, because brands do like to send you lots of things, sometimes just to check them out and to, get feedback. And I've had to send feedback back saying I didn't really care for whatnot. And that's just not a topic we talk about here. There's no need. What I might not like, somebody loves, and vice versa. But one thing I have been trying to do is bless other people with the things that I have been blessed with. Example, those amazing robot vacuums. I've talked to you guys about that before. I was able to give it to one of my friends who actually lost her baby during birth, and she's just struggling. I cannot even fathom the pain that someone must feel. And so she's overwhelmed. She's got two other children at home. And we were just in church talking about it, and she was saying how she's overwhelmed with all the dog hair from her golden retriever. And I mean, I tell you, it was like the Lord spoke to me directly, and he was like, give that to her. And I did. We delivered it right away. And then other things, I liked like the bedding for my sister-in-law. She really needed to feel good about her space, so we got her some new bedding. I'm actually going to share a lift recliner with you all for my father-in-law, who is actually on the liver and kidney transplant list as we speak, who's just really struggling. So I also will share things that I feel like will bless other people, because I really do feel that if I am here and I have these things coming to me, I don't want it to be in vain. I want to be able to bless others, because I feel like ultimately that's what it's all about. You saw where we left out, we were cutting down, or Chris actually was cutting down all of the cardboard boxes to help just get some of that clutter off the floor. I'm coming in at day 2 and continuing where I left off. I pulled out the decor off of that shelf, and we're now going through all of the spring florals. I have a ton of florals. I used to make wreaths. I love good florals, and I know how valuable they can be, so I do tend to have a lot of florals. But I did thankfully get rid of quite a few. I was disappointed that those beautiful Real Touch tulips that had the faux water in them too always discolors. So I don't know if it's because I stored it outside, or just over time that's what happens. But I really contemplated quite a bit on what I was going to do, and I said, you know what, it's just time to let it go. I just need to let it go, and it felt really good. Like I said, I was coming in here with a different mindset. It was no more, what if maybe one day. It was today, right now. How does this affect my life? Do I need it today? Do I have, purpose for it in the future? And not purpose of what if someday, but like, I know that this, boxwood or will go into this planter during Easter time, that kind of stuff. And so those are the things that I kept. Anything that I did not have a purpose for had to go. It just had to go. And it felt really good the more and more I do it. Now, initially, as you saw in the video, there were moments where I was just standing and kind of staring and looking around. Truthfully, I was so not motivated to do this. It just seemed like the walls were closing in on me. But in moments like that, and if you deal with moments like that where you walk into a cluttered space or even a messy space that needs to be cleaned, I want to encourage you to start small. We often talk about looking at the big picture, but when it comes to things that are overwhelming, you want to get to the nitty gritty. And so for me, I started very, very small, and that was the trash. And it helped make some, clearance, clear off the floor a little bit, and then I was able to keep going. Still, throughout the decluttering, I would get very overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, this is just so much. And so it was really important to just hone in on the small things. Pull out one bin and go through it, one shelf and tackle it. And if you can do things like that, you'll catch yourself kind of once you finish. And that's another thing. I like to start in one spot and just finish that in its entirety. Not always easy, but that is what I try to do, or I will have things all over the place. So after the trash, I worked on this shelf here, and now I'm going to start putting all of the bins back on here that I was able to clear out. And let me tell you, I cleared out a ton. Deep cleaning and decluttering can really evoke a lot of positive feelings, a sense of accomplishment, and being able to get rid of things you no longer need. But also, you suddenly realize that your mind needed all of this open space and clarity to have an opportunity to be creative and to think freely. It seems rather dramatic, but there is such a direct correlation with wonderful feelings of accomplishment and just positive outlook when you clean and declutter your house. That's one of the things I try to stress here on my channel. I know so many do cleaning and decluttering and organizing videos, but one thing that I try to do, because I do love those things, they are my passion, but I want you to understand that these videos are basically a vessel for me to share not only things that I've gone through in my life and things that have helped me, but I want you to also understand that when you adopt some of these practices of cleaning routines or staying on top of your decluttering journey, or just, having to go through your house all over again and do a massive declutter and organizing some drawers, it can really affect your mental health in the most amazing way. Now, obviously, I'm not a doctor, but I have gone through many things in my life, and I can tell you from firsthand experience that when my home is in order and I am able to stay on top of the clutter in my home and I keep things organized, my mental health stays a lot more stable. So, and it's also, like I had mentioned in a previous video, it's a pretty good thermostat on how I am doing. Whether or not I'm making my bed or how much stuff is ending up on the counter, due to me, really will help gauge where I'm at. Now, obviously, I have a lot of people in the house, and that's not always possible to be able to stay on top of. But I did have to have a heart to heart with my family and let them know why it was so important to me, and they've done a really good job on trying to stay on top of it as well. So I know it's hard when we have other people in the house and we just can't control them all the time. But if you have a heart to heart with them and let them know why it's so necessary to get your house in order and clean and decluttered, I really hope that you can make some positive changes. And for what it's worth, if they aren't willing to change, you can at least do your best to change the environment you're in. I know that's easier said than done, but you will feel so proud of yourself and you will really have wonderful feelings of positivity and just have an uplifting mood. Coming to this area, I'll tell you, it's just a mess and it always stays a mess. And it definitely doesn't make me want to do laundry. Not many things make me want to do laundry, truthfully. It's not my favorite thing to do. But actually, I don't mind sorting it, washing it, I'll even throw it in the dryer. I'll pull it out. But actually folding it and putting it away, I don't know. That's just where it just ends for me. So when I'm able to do that, which I have been doing such a better job at that lately, I feel so good. I feel so good about myself. It's like those are the things that I pat myself on the back. But laundry is constant. I am glad my older kids do their own. But this area is always just so yuck. It's got lint and detergent powder and all the things over here. So I wanted to completely just take this apart. Ultimately, we are going to be getting a different type of water heater because this one is falling apart. But I would love to get a stackable washer and dryer to save some space in there. We do want to enclose it eventually, and that would be really great. But we've thought about, once some of the kids move out, actually making Emma's room into a laundry room. So I don't know what we're going to do. We always have a ton of plans in our mind. Right now, we're just going to focus on cleaning out this garage. We have some more projects in the house we need to do or want to do. So this garage is like this laundry room is way, way, way on the priority list.
So it is another day. We just had the elliptical picked up. We gave it to someone for free. I'm going to take the bar stools. I've tried to sell them on Facebook Marketplace with no avail. So we're just going to give them to a neighbor here. So we're going to drop those off in a little bit. We took everything to the thrift store that we really like around here. So that got rid of a lot of stuff. I need to clear out this one bin full of decor and then put my fall stuff in there. I actually want to go through all of the attic stuff, but I don't think we're going to be able to get to that today. So I'm going to go ahead and I got to find somewhere for all this stuff to go so I can use this bin for the fall. And then we're going to continue on. That's Chris's area over there. I did take care of my area right here. I got rid of a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff I'm going to keep because I do plan on doing built-ins in the living room that I'm going to do myself. So I'm going to get some base cabinets and then some shelves and things. We did get a couch in there, so I wanted that to be like a whole part of a living room makeover. So I've kept a lot of this items with the thought of knowing I'm going to need it for that shelf decorating. So I left only the essentials. I got the florals I want. I have more florals upstairs, but like I said, I'll do that hopefully in this video, but maybe in another one. And I always keep my ribbon and my craft stuff like that, staple stuff like that. So I also restocked the fridge and the freezer. And then the things up here, I'll have Chris help me get some things, but we're just going to continue getting rid of the rest of the stuff. We're getting rid of it all. I don't want to hold on to it. I'm going to give it to someone in need instead of holding on to it. And then just continuing to consolidate a ton of items. We have a rack that needs to go up and then some garage shelving, which I'm really excited to share with you all from Flexi Mounts. So that's something I'm going to get up so I can actually consolidate some of these shelves and bring them and just put up one shelf. Eventually we will be, this winter, whenever winter is here in Florida, Chris is going to be taking this AC handler, whatever it's called. He's going to be moving it up into the attic. If you don't know, he is a AC contractor. We own a company, AC company. So he's going to be taking that up in the attic. We're going to be getting another heat pump, or what is it? A hot water heater, because that one is the original. So we'll take care of that, and that's going to free up a lot of space. And then eventually we will be putting a wall here and making an actual laundry room just to have some more like privacy. But in due time, I've talked about that several times. We can't do it all in a day. We can't do it all in a month. We can't do it all in a year. It takes time, it takes money, and it definitely takes patience on my end. So we're going to continue on. The spin bike, I do want to go back to his parents' house, and he's going to keep his Max Trainer and then we'll see what we're going to do with the rest of it. So I am excited to get this organized because this is just one of those silent to-do lists, because I come out here every single day and it's just a mess, and it's so easy just to throw stuff out here and not really be mindful of the stuff that we're keeping. You know, I collect bags and bags of stuff and then I just throw it out here to not see it. So it's time to start really taking some inventory. I did give some stuff away to the girls last night. I had some extra cleaning stuff like sponges and some of their stuff that was in here. They recently moved into their own home. They're doing laundry in their own home now. They were doing it here, so I was able to get some of that out of here. So we are just going to keep on pushing through. And so I've worked with Space Aid a lot. If I see something that I like that I think would be beneficial, I will ask them if they're interested in me making an Instagram reel, and I've had them reach out to me as well on their own accord. And so I did ask them for these. These are the sheet organizers, a 6-pack. They do sell it on Amazon, and I do not mind getting their products and doing an Instagram reel because I genuinely like them. So I've had these for quite a while, and like I said, it's a sheet set or a sheet organizer, but you know me, I like to think outside the box, and so that's what we're gonna do. But it has like little labels in there too. But I love Space Aid stuff. Love, 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 love. But this helps, especially with like big bulky items. It just helps keep it organized. And I'll show you exactly how it works. So let me get you guys in a little closer so you can see how cool these things really are. They do come in different colors as well. I like to just share items with you. Just because I just because I share items with you doesn't mean that anyone's paid me to do so. Because if I like it, I'm gonna share it. So this is for sheets, but I'm gonna use it actually for pillowcase covers because I have so many. I'm keeping some pillowcase covers for my sister-in-law because she could use them. So funny, I was literally just looking at some covers like this on Amazon because I didn't remember that I had them, so I'll just go ahead and leave these out. Oh, I didn't know I had these either. See? This is why your stuff has to be organized. Where's the other one? I love that. Ugh. And this fits any size sheets, by the way. I love these velvet Amazon pillow covers. Love them. Where's the other one? That is really pretty, y'all. Oh no. I have a couple more. Hey you. Can you bring those over where Hazel's at so I can just get some footage of it? Okay, have I lost some mine? Where's the other one? I don't know.
Hazel, what's up?
Alright. So what you do, you take this,
Hazel, move. Hazel.
this, and you just attach it like this. You zip her on up.
That's pretty cool.
I know, they sent it to me and I've been needing to make a reel for them. And ta-da! And then it has a little window here so you can see. And then it has a place where you can put the tag right here.
Are we opening these?
Yeah, we have to open them, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get a
Can we
marker.
move it into the shade more though?
Count the moments inside my mind, steep in the afterlight. Watching the colors rise, summer twilight skies on fire. Never wish wishing I was somewhere else. Held on to you like Loctite.
So I am going to start cleaning this area here. This was a huge mess. It stayed a mess, and I needed his help, Chris's help, to do this over here because it was primarily his stuff here on the ground. We do have a shed in the back of the house that he puts his stuff in, and so I was getting everything ready for him to start taking things out there. He has a ton of tools. He is definitely someone who can do things a lot on himself, and so he has a lot of things himself, and so he has a lot of tools to help him along the way. So I was happy to get rid of this because there was just so much stuff. And when I come out here and to do laundry, we used to have a lot of spiders, and I don't like a lot of clutter on the floor because I don't want any little critters hiding in there. I just can't do it.
On the corner where you live, never wishing I was someone else. We let it all go at midnight, looking at the stars to find ourselves, full of life, inspired at the same time. It's a star, it's a light, it's a signal fire. It's the sound of your voice cutting through the night. It's a song, it's a note, it's reflected light. Keeps us dancing through the static, and I hear you sigh. Said I think we were born for it. I think we were born for it. I think we were born for helping you, helping me see my worth. Watch you grow into someone you're proud of. Hope you get to hold all you deserve. Your life I'll never forget the sound of.
So with the end of the year quickly approaching, let me know where you guys are with your decluttering. Are you there? Are you ready to do it? Have you done it? Or are you just waiting for the first of the year? Usually the first of the year is when everyone gets really motivated to start just going through the house. I think it's because we pull all of our holiday stuff out, and then we realize once we put it all up, like, wow, we've got some things to go through. So let me know where you guys are at, and also let me know if you guys are looking for any specific videos. Do you want more decluttering and organizing? Do you want maybe some tips on how to get started decluttering when it's overwhelming, how to declutter toys? Like, let me know if you guys are looking for anything specific. Like when you go to Google or when you go to YouTube, what are you typing in? That is what I want to know. And maybe it's, how to make a turkey. I don't know. I'm just curious. I just like to know because I am really motivated to get on a more consistent schedule. I have not been able to. There's been so much going on this past couple of months, but starting January, we are going to get back on a super consistent schedule. So I hope you stick around. Don't forget to like this video, my friends. I love y'all. Subscribe if you're new, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Seriously, guys, I love you, and thank you for being here.